Welcome to this week's Dream Car judging video here at BOTB. We'd now like to hand over to today's lawyer from Onside Law who'll oversee the proceedings.
My name's Robin Cumming from Onside Law and I'll be overseeing the judging this morning. Firstly, I can confirm that the competition data has already been sent to the auditors as is. I would now like today's judges to introduce themselves and using the secure link provided, mark on the screen where they think the centre of the ball should be. The group will then come to a final panel decision.
Good morning, my name is Matt Cannon. I'm a senior county referee and footballer.
Hi, my name is Renee Hector and I coach for Watford FC Women Development and I'm a coach for Tottenham Hotspur Foundation.
Good morning, my name's Peter Giorgio. I am a futsal and football referee.
Hello, my name's Wendy Martin. I previously played for Tottenham Hotspur Ladies and currently play beach soccer for England and Team GB.
Good morning, my name is Alain Goma. I'm an ex-professional football player, having played for Paris Saint-Germain, Newcastle and Fulham.
My name's Liam Walsh. I'm a retired referee, currently an FA observer and head coach for the Middlesex Referees Academy.
Hi, my name is Ari Mendonca. I've been involved in football for over 30 years, firstly as a player and then as a referee.
Judges, please now come to a final panel decision. For your reference, the larger white cross is the calculated average of the 7 individual selections.
Thank you very much, Robin. Good morning, everybody. Before I draw the lines in, Ari, I'm going to come to you. Yours is the light blue cross at the top there, a little bit lower than mine. If you could explain what you're seeing in the photograph, trajectory of the ball, and how you reached your decision, please.
Thank you, Matt. Good morning. Well, I felt that the ball is dropping fast and it's quite steep, to be fair. I look first to the player in green on the right-hand side. And his teammate behind the player in blue. Actually, all of the 3 players, they are frowning a lot. I think the ball is quite steep, is coming straight down. And I took first the 2 green players, the eye lines, because I felt the player in the middle in blue is somehow being pushed. I don't see the hand of player in green behind him, but I felt his facial expression. It tells me that he's constrained over there. So I didn't rely too much on his. I feel that his view is affected due to that. But he's frowning a lot and he's looking up slightly to his left. When I drew my lines, I felt that the ball should be slightly higher.
Okay, and who do you think will play the ball, if any?
Well, in terms of position-wise, I felt that the player in blue, he had the position on when he's about to prepare for the jump. I believe, even though I don't see the what is happening behind him, but his facial expression tells me that he's being pushed. He's been pushed over there, hence his facial expression. Playing behind him is the beginning of his jump, but as a clear view, is nothing blocking him to see him properly. While the player in blue in front of him, I believe not.
Yeah. Sorry, the question was, do you think the blue player's favourite to head the ball?
I would say it's like a 60-40 for the player in green to do it.
Okay, I'll draw some lines up. Thank you, Ari.
Okay.
So we've got a very narrow band up from the player in blue. We've got 2 good eyes. I said it's very narrow up, and then the spread is really up and down. We'll take 3 views this week. because we have three double sets of eyes. This guy's a little bit blurry. So we've got Ari and Nye at the top in a line, and we have Wendy and Peters at the bottom, and three in the middle. The second player looking up. As Ari's at the top, I'll go with mine next. I thought the three of them were jumping up towards the ball. I think they're in the air. We've got this one head at the background you can see. So it tells me, with this head in front, that they're on the way up to meet the ball. And as I agree with Ari, as he said, there's a hand around the back of the blue player's arm. Body. There's a hand. So I thought there were three of them jumping up towards the ball, all three of them looking up. I took the main height from this player on the right. I think he was looking quite steeply with some white under his eyes. I said the trajectory up from this player in blue, and this other player in green with two good eyes. He's looking to his left, our right. So looking at the photograph, he's sort of trying to get over the top of the player in blue. And I think it's dropping down towards them. I went a little bit higher, principally because this player on the right's eyes, as I've said. And I think it's a contested ball. It may be 50-50 between the blue player and the green player. The green player at the back on the left is probably likely to get there further. Whether he fouls or not, I'm not sure, which is hence why I went a bit higher. So we're going to drop down to yours next, Liam. Yours is the purple cross in the middle. What did you see?
Yes, thanks. Good morning, Matt. You've got, 5 guys in the shot here, and 3 of them are in the active for the actual, where we're going to find the X for the ball. I felt a little bit of a different scenario, that I felt it's a secondary ball. Just picking up on the sort of body shape of the guy in blue, I feel he's backtracking in. I don't think it's a clean cross coming in. I think it's a secondary ball for me, and it's maybe the ball might be just still slightly on the rise. I feel that the guy in green to the left, his favourite, I think he's got a run on it, and he's already, he's getting up. Two good eyes through the centre of the ball, and he's the winner for me. So that's the scenario. Now, where the evidence comes from my crosses, we've got the guy in blue. He's looking pretty much up. He's looking up, but slightly to his left. As I said, his body shape's a little bit awkward. His head's a little bit twisted, but I felt he's just looking up and get hit. That's where I've got that line there. Like yourself, I feel that the guy on the right in green, looking steeply. I went at 45 degrees on this one. And, due to the amount of white that's under his eyes, I felt that was enough of a pitch for me. And then, the last little bit of the jigsaw puzzle, we got the guy on the green on the left. He's coming in again, two good eyes, focusing through the ball. But as I've always said, if you hold it there, that's fantastic. Can all three of those players see that that's the ball? Can they see through the centre of the ball? And that's where my conclusion comes.
Yeah. Do you think they're in the air or on the floor?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I think, like you, I think they're in the air. And the evidence that you quite rightly pointed out, we got this guy at the front here and we got the guy at the back. And I think that, they're on that way up. But I think that as the guy on the left is the favourite for me.
Cool.
There you go.
Thank you very much. We'll move a little bit further to the left to yours, Alain. Yours is the orange cross there. Do you agree with that?
Hi, thank you, Matt. I think, agree with Liam. The 3 players are off the ground. They're about to, they are on their way up. I think it's going to be a challenge between the player in blue and the player in green on the left-hand side. But the player on the right-hand side, I think, is got a bit of influence on the challenge in the way that we can see his right arm. I think he's pushing the player in blue, hence he's a bit off balance, and it's going to affect, I think, the challenge. Now I would say favorite for the ball, I think it's quite close to the player in blue, so he might head the ball first, and the player in green on the left thing coming higher behind, he might then counter the ball. That could be a scenario. Now, based on the eye lines, I think, so I took my height from the play on the right in green. I think it was looking sort of 45 degrees. Player on the left-hand side in green, it was looking slightly up on his left. And from the player in blue, it was a bit of a strange one because I think the eyes are not looking in the same direction. To do the eyes, and this is how I found my position.
Okay, thank you. And just next to yours and a little bit lower is yours, Rennie, the green cross there. What did you see?
Yeah, obviously quite a difficult one today, as obviously all three players involved in the shot. I think the ball's in the foreground. All three players sort of tussling, two players in green and white, likely to be the defenders, and the player in blue and white, the attacker. I took most information from the player in green and white that's behind the blue and white player. I just think his eyes are the clearest, the most focused on the ball. I think the other two are looking at the ball, but they're sort of scuffling on their way up, if you like, to obviously try and make some sort of challenge. So I just put my cross in a place where I felt comfortable that all three players could be looking at the ball, but I think the player in blue, there's a potential that he's sort of getting shoved. So I don't think I did take 100% accuracy from his eye line. I took it more from the player behind. And that's where I felt comfortable to put my cross.
Okay, thank you. And then we've got the two lower crosses. So I'll come to you next, Peter. You're the yellow cross. How did you reach your position?
It's an interesting pitch here. I feel that the ball is dropping in, but it's coming in from going into the screen. Hence why I've gone slightly low, deceptively slightly low, but it's much more further towards me as you're looking at the screen. The player in the green in the background to the left, I think he's actually favourite for the ball. Yes, I believe he is shoving the player in the back or pulling him down. Hence why the player in blue has got an expression of, it's either just his expression saying he's missing the ball, he's not going to get to the ball, and the player at the back, again the left-hand player, I think he's powering through, and then the player in the green to the right, he's just onlooking really, he's just onlooking. I think he may also have a hand on the player in blue as well. Can't really see. So I've gone with the eye lines and cross-reference the eye lines, and that's where I put the centre of the ball.
Okay, thank you. And last but not least is yours, Wendy, on the right. You're ever so slightly lower than Peter's and to the right. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think that there's sort of snippets of all the judges that I agree with. I do think the player in the white and green at the back is favourite to win the ball. I've gone a little bit closer to players because I do think they're off the ground. I think they're in the air. Their foreheads are sort of furrowed. So I think they're kind of tense, ready to make contact with the ball. I think the player in the blue and white is sort of maybe going backwards, has been pushed off balance a little bit. He's trying to sort of get into a position to compete for the ball, but I think it was Renee that said the player in the green and white is very focused. His body posture and position, he looks sort of most balanced and stable and control to win the ball, and I think he's going to probably come over the top of the player and just sort of nick the ball.
Yep. Okay, thank you. So we have a spread up, as I said, from the player in blue of quite a narrow spread, and then from the other two eye lines from the two green and white players, we've got a slightly larger spread, and that is the calculated average. So we've got myself and Ari at the top, and we have Peter and Wendy's at the bottom. So mine's completely outside, and if I removed mine, then Ari's becomes pretty much completely outside. And if we go the other way, where we have Peter and Wendy's removed, it obviously drops in, and then I'm still popping out the top. So I'm going to leave you as a panel to judge this because of the spread. you're quite within your rights to remove me as a panel because I'm outside the magnifier. But I think then that means that Ari becomes outside and it drops down, and then obviously everyone's in the 5 remaining judges. I, as a personal, not as a lead judge personally, I think it's a bit higher because of this player on the right. But obviously, it's been said. I think Peter said that he doesn't feel that this player is looking at the ball. And I should add, majority of us think the player on the left in green and white is favourite to win the ball. And as Rennie said, and Wendy reiterated, he's very, very focused and is more. He looks sort of more comfortable, like he's going to go to all 4, more confident, I would say. The other 2 are less so than looking at it. Ball's dropping in, and as Peter's pointed out, it's probably in the foreground quite a bit coming into him. So there we have it. So if we're going to have, I'll go through you briefly, and then if you could just let me know whether, I suppose you think mine should be removed and that Ari's left in, or Ari's, or we judge at this calculated average there. It's a little bit of a complicated one because of the split, in my view. So, Rennie, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm happy to judge at the average as it is. I think it's a nice balance of sort of crosses above, below, and both sides. And I don't like where the average is.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Peter.
Yeah, I'm happy for it. I think the 2 top balanced and 2 at the bottom, and where it is at the moment, that's great.
Yeah, good point. Wendy?
Yeah, I actually do like the average where it is. So I think it's nicely balanced. So yeah, I'd leave it leave all of the judges in.
Yeah, Alain.
Yeah, same. Happy with the average. I think it were two crosses at the top, yourself and Ari, 2 at the bottom, and then a little cluster with another 3 crosses. So yeah, it works for me.
Yeah, Liam.
Yeah, I agree with my colleagues, Matt. I'd be loath to take anybody out this morning. I think we've got this nice tight channel, as you said, coming up from the guy in blue and white, and then it's about, where do we think it is from the guy in green. I think the explanations are all feasible. Play stick for me this morning, sir.
Okay, Harry?
Yes, I wouldn't remove anyone as we have 3 little groups. I believe the average is perfect where it is.
Yeah, and as before, I'll draw in some lines up very, very quickly up through the average, so we have a fairly even split from all 3 players of people above, people below. And lastly, this one. So it's a split, an even split pretty much. I know the 7 of us, but maybe 4 above, 3 below, but it's that kind of a split. So I'll get rid of these. So Robin, after a good debate of what we're seeing in the photographs with the 6 eyes and what's happening, we decided to judge at this calculated average with all 7 judges taken into consideration.
Right, thank you, Matt. If you're all happy, then please click submit. Thank you, judges. The coordinates selected are X1885, Y1382. These coordinates will now be passed to the auditors as to calculate the winner of the competition. They will then inform BOTB. That concludes the judging process. Thank you.